Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes 4. What could be, might not be, but could be the penultimate episode of this series of Series 2, The Great Lakes. Last time out, we were continuing to build the roads, and as you can see off camera, I have pretty much put in every road that I need to put in this area. So you can see that we've got roads in all the way along here, we've got roads in here, we've got roads along this, we've got roads in there, all the way around here. These are some roads that you probably didn't see because none of these were there in the last episode. So I've got all these roads I've put in roads along there, roads up here, around this area, which I'm intending to leave open as some sort of a park. All of these roads, I'm not entirely sure what to do with this because it's quite hilly, but we'll see what happens. And we've got all these roads along here that I've put in, and all the roads up here, which are slightly wider because I'm thinking I'm going to put some sort of industry in that area. But with that being said, as I said, this could be the penultimate episode. Might not be, but it is going to be slightly longer than normal, so make sure you stay tuned for possibly the next half an hour for this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting housing in to start with. So that's going to be our first one. So we're going to start putting a bunch of housing, and just to make it a bit more fun, I'm going to absolutely max out the housing on what I do. Now I'm thinking of putting them in sort of Sudbury style. As you can see, this I feel is really realistic, very well made, very well designed, if I may say so myself. A few little bugs here and there, but I'm sure I can figure that out on this. So I'm going to be doing housing like this. So I really do like these houses, but I think maybe we need to look at these types of houses going in instead. So let's go ahead and start. First of all, let's find where we're going to put these houses. Now I really think that this entire area would most likely be housing. So this is a little housing estate here. Along here we're going to have housing. I feel like this whole area is going to be housing, and I feel like this area might be a bit of commercial. I think this area will be housing, but this area, I think this block might be commercial. So we're going to find a bunch of houses, and we're going to see which ones look best for us. I kind of like these blue ones. I don't like the colour of them though. So I don't like the colour, so we'll just replace it with a different colour. That's a much nicer house. Guess we could go for that. We could go for this one. We could go for these. Actually, getting these small houses might be preferable for us in this area. I think that might definitely be preferable. That being said, we are in a little estate outside of a main road. You would expect somewhat larger houses. That sort of house looks good. And of course we've seen that sort of house, and I really like that type. Right, that's the type we're going for. Let's see what we can fit. So if we do lot depth on the road and small, I feel like this is a really oddly shaped one. And if we do level ground, yes, and we sort of try and stick them in a very interesting way. We'll put the ground texture to be concrete, I guess. There we go, and we'll do fill, high, and no cargo capacity. Should we do... Let's have a look at what no assets does. That's no assets, which actually looks a lot better, but if we do that, we get a fence and a little garden up front. I feel like that is far better. Also, which side is the front of the house? That might be the front of the house. I don't know. I really don't know which side is the front. I'm going to try that being the front of the house. Let's give it a go. We've got blinds back there. Actually, no. That's the back of the house. That's the front. I can see the doors. Okay. Well, at least we've got that established now. So let's go ahead and do... Oh, that's a really bad time for an autosave. That. And that. And we are going to have little gaps here and there, as you can see. But we're going to deal with them pretty quickly. So we don't really have to worry about it. Right. There. And there. Oh, this one can move forward a little bit. Although I feel like I need to keep this in line. So there. Oh, they look really nice. They really do look nice. And it's a shame. It's just a shame I cannot fit another one in there. However, I should be able to fit one in here. I can, very nicely actually. So I'm going to fit one in slap bang in the middle, there. And I'm going to swing her around and fit another one in right there. And then I'm going to fit one in. Hopefully it should easily fit. Yep, look at that. That's a really nice setup, I think. It's not perfect. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's a really nice setup. And we can fit one in there. There we go. Perfect. Now, with regards to this lot, I think it's a similar lot size, similar depth, so I think I might be able to do it in this too. And this is why this episode is going to be a little bit longer, because as you can see, it takes a while to do this. So that's why this episode is going to be longer. But hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it, and hopefully you guys are really interested in seeing the sort of the end of this series. Come on. Not quite, not quite, not quite. There we go. And we should be able to pop a couple in here. Now you should fit very easily. Yes, you do. We could do lot width. We could change the lot width as well. So there is that. There. Look at that. That's starting to look. That's starting to look like an actual housing. That's the point. It looks like an actual housing estate. Would somebody want a house right here? I feel like they might. Can I do that? There we go. Okay. And I suppose we need to do one. Let's take it out for a full 360. Oh, I don't want to put all the assets on. No offense. I'll do it like that. And I guess I can do another one. Like... Who? Like that. There we go. That's pretty good. And then what I'll do is I will dump in some trees. So these just at the back. Just give them some privacy. You know, that they don't need to see the road like that. So I'll put in a row of trees there. Some trees along here. That lot's okay. That lot's okay. That lot's okay. There's the first section of housing completed, and just look at the way that looks. And that's a really nice set of houses. I want to use those houses again. As a matter of fact, in the way that that's actually placed down. Also, that being said, looking at these houses, I would not mind using these houses in the United Kingdom. in Season 3. It's not perfect, certainly not perfect, but I wouldn't mind using them in Season 3. Let's see if we can put some housing of the same form. Oh, over here. Yeah, we haven't put them here. We could put them. We can't put them under the bridge, and unfortunately they won't fit there. But it's not there I want to fit them. I want to fit them along this road. That's where I want to fit them. So they're not going to fit. Right, where's the closest we can put one? Oh, actually, they will almost fit right up to the corner. There. That works for me. That definitely works for me. Try and get them lined up really nicely. Now I know this road is going to curve, I'm fairly sure of it, at some point. Oh no, it doesn't. It stays straight the whole way through. Well, what do you know? Unfortunately, I do not think we can get another house in. No. But that's okay. Because on that, I can then get... I should be able to get a house in just here. Which means it's a really awkward place for a house, let's be honest, but... You know... That's not too bad. I just wish I could have got a house in here, but... Clearly, as you can see, I can't. I will get a house in on this side, though. Can't get a house in underneath, but I can get a house in here. And as a matter of fact, because these houses are going to be quite interesting, we're going to give them full assets, make them quite large. Oh, not that large. Normal then. And we'll actually give this a little bit more fanciness, should we say. There we go. So now we've got some more fancier housing going along this, just a little bit. Rubbish. Hold on. There you go. You'll fit now. You will definitely fit now. There. There. Oh, wait, there. There you go. Now, it's not perfect on the road, as you can see. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, as you can see, it's not quite perfect on the road. As a matter of fact, let's, because we're doing this, let's do it properly. Let's do this properly. Let's really drop this hill. There you go. You can see it all dropping. Really flatten that out. There we go. Now we'll put the housing in back as it goes. That's still up on the hill a little bit. It's because of this section here, I think. Yep, there it is. Come on, clean up, clean up. Let's try again. That's a lot better. As close as we can. Nope. 1, 2. Should be able to get one more in. Oh, come on. I know you want to go in. I know you want to fit. There we go, 3. There you go. They're fairly flat, or at least they're flatter than they were. And then we'll do the same on this side. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the time as well. Drop this down. As long as it works out for us, it should be fine. No, 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 no. Drop it down. Drop it down. There you go. 1. I feel like a second can just about fit here. And we can stick a third in. Okay, no. New plan. New plan. You 3, unfortunately, are going to be normal homes, in the sense of you're not going to have assets and you're going to be on road. In fact, if you have assets and are on road, how does it look? Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. I'm not even talking to the mic properly, but I'm sure the equalizer will sort it all out. That will do. Yep, that will have to do right now. So you go there. You really are not happy, but you go there, and then you... can I just put you on the corner like that? Would you be okay like that? Yeah, you're all right. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. That's the main thing. And we'll add in some trees here. Conifers, yeah. Yeah, we'll add in... Oh, there's a whole bunch of things that I haven't done that I could have added in. I mean, look, there's traffic lights as well. Or a Peterbilt just sitting in the middle of nowhere. Should we just stick one in? No, we're not going to do that. That's looking great. So that's one whole section done right there. Obviously, it's taken a little bit of time, but let's move on. Let's put in... In fact, let's start putting these houses in wherever we want to put them in. So, for example, I feel like this entire area should be housing, maybe not this area here, but all of this inside. So that block, that block, that block, that there. So all of those, maybe along here, maybe not. So let's start with that. And let's have a look up. Okay, let's first figure out where the houses will actually fit. So this is a place where housing will go. Just. Yeah, only just. And I feel like if I switch off level ground, maybe they'll sit a little bit better. Just for the purposes of this. And then you, I guess you're going to have to go like that. This is an interesting setup, but if it works, it works. And when I said that, I said if it works, not if it works, it twerks. So regardless of how that sounded, that's not what I said. Right. Moving on, where's the... Go back to this. There we go, that's what I'm after. Just some trees, you know. Giving some greenery. I really like to see greenery in these areas. I think we should be able to swing the exact same thing on this. Should we do it in the opposite direction now? Let's do it in the opposite direction, just for a bit of variety. Close as we can. And now this one could be interesting. I don't think another one's going to fit in there. He says as another one does remarkably just fit in there, I think it's because it's... I think it may be to do with the fact that it's just going to clip. Yeah, but you know what? It does not look bad. It really does not look bad. So, I mean, in all honesty, I could deal with that, and I could take it. There you go. As a design, that's not a terrible design. Oh, that was such a perfect square as well, and I filled it up with the tree. That's okay. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've got some more housing there. We've got some housing there. So we've got... That's a significant amount of housing already put in. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is. Right, now how's this one going to go? Forward and backwards, 2 on each. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Hang on. One. I think one can one fit right behind I take an assumption it can. And because of design constraints, I'm going to design it like that. In fact, because of design constraints all the way through, I wonder, how does that pan out when it... No, it doesn't. I would say, how does that pan out? It doesn't pan out. So that's how it pans out. Okay, so can we just about stick one in here? Oh, hang on, I think I saw a point where it would stick. No? Are you literally going to not give me that option? Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Let's do, do I want to do this block? Let's do this block. Similar kind of setup. We'll start on this side. Very easily. There we go. Done. And then we'll go... Oh, I can't get a second one. No, I can't get a second one in there. There. And we'll go. So I know this isn't the most efficient way or effective way of doing this, but what I will say is that this isn't City Skylines. So you know, I've got to take that into consideration, that this isn't City Skylines. What am I going to do? Let's do a pattern that does a zigzag like that, like that, like that, and then maybe a little that. There we go. That looks lovely. That really, it's starting to come together. It's really starting to come together. So we've got a bunch of houses there. We've got a bunch of houses coming in here. I'm thinking we stick some housing up and along this area. Then we'll change it up a bit. But I mean, I really, really like these houses. And the fact that they're all similar in that form, it does give it something special. This is somewhere we need to put housing. Swing her around. Oop, don't do that. There we go. So do that, and then we are going to, because I'm not sure how exactly it works in America, but I do know that you have a bunch of houses that are very similar in fashion. So that's what I'm trying to replicate here. I'll do that, and then I guess we swing it this way, right up on the corner. I feel like that's going to work, and then you know what? That actually might work. Let's get a good angle on this. How's that looking? Superb. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a similar sort of design here. And I'll swing her around. Ta-da. There we go. And then I guess with this one, oh dear, with this one I'm just going to have to do this. It's just going to be a single. Okay, there has to be a way for this to fit. There's no way I've made this road in such a fashion that it cannot fit. I have made this road in such a fashion that it cannot fit. Right, you know what? Try this then. There you go. If you want to be awkward in that way, let's use the hypotenuse. Mathematics. They really do come in handy, even in games. Then we're going to swing. Okay, let's do this side. This just makes me want to play City Skylines again. With the way I'm going into detail with all of this, and that's a good thing. just watching that slight curvature of the road, I think. Yep, there's definitely slight curvature there. Swing this around. Oh dear. Autosave. There we go. So obviously there's a lot that we need to put in. Now this one's not going to go there, is it? Because of that junction. Is there a... Hang on a second. Nope, there is a way. Right there. Done. Just line it up properly. It's not exactly the best of lineups, but that's looking good. So now we've got a real housing estate here, and we've got a real housing estate here between the two cities, and they will populate, and they will, of course, have people, you know, traveling to and fro. Yeah, we need to fill this entire area. Oh no, I don't want to do that bridge, do I? Do I want to do this though? I suppose I do. This house here anyway. Like so. I'm not doing level ground just now because I don't actually need it. Yeah, see, as you can see, I've tried to level the ground as best as I could before that, so I don't actually need to do level ground. Now, if I swing this around, how does my collision boxes look on this? Can I back these onto the railway? No. No, I can't. I'm going to have to back different houses up on the railway. But that's okay. We could do with a little bit of a change. Let's have a look at this. Let's swing something in here. And I guess we're going to need to do that, and right. Can I do... No, I can't do that, and I can't do the other way, so I guess I just need to do two houses here, there and there. That's fine, that's fine. We could put some tree... I'm going the wrong way. We could put some trees in here. There you go. Perfect. That doesn't look out of place at all. And I guess we could even put some trees and rocks here. We could even make a little park here. If there was a roundabout or something, I could put some fences here. In fact, you know what? Let's do something. Look at this. Here we go. Just because I can. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. There we go. Like that. I know that they might be floating a little bit above the ground, but as I said, it's not quite as I want it, but it should be close enough to what I want. I'm not going to complete this, but I do want to try a few things. Let's make... let's see... small rocks. That's not a small rock. Give me a small rock. That's a small rock. That's not a small rock. Small rock, small rock. There we go. Like that, and then we'll do a little bit of some shrubs, I guess, around here. I know I'm just trying something here. Don't expect this to look remarkable in any which way, but I'm just giving this a go. There we go. You know, just somewhere to sit, somewhere to enjoy a little bit, like that, and then perhaps we can do a tree there, a couple of trees there. There we go. Nice little area. There you go. That's looks a little bit better. I'll get rid of those rocks eventually, if I remember. I'm sure there's much more I could probably do. There's probably loads of things that I could do, but not going to just yet. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Pretty much out of time in this episode, aren't we? But I did say I wanted to see some of this finished. That's down in Milwaukee. That's a lot of the Milwaukee area sort of covered. How am I going to do this? Well, you've got an idea of what I'm intending to do. So what I now need to do is I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to do a bunch of these off camera, so that you've got so that there's a lot of it done. So like this. I suppose I could bring that in right like that. Then make like a T section on trees, like that, and then there you go. Bit of a T section there. It's not looking terrible. It's a nice green area as well. This slot's going to be problematic, right? Yeah. How have I messed this up so bad? No, wait. There you go. Done. Let's say, how have I messed this up so badly? I haven't. I've done it perfectly. He says, trying to, hopefully not messing up the next step. There you go. And there is one that will fit in there just about, I think. Oh no, we have to do that weird thing with it again. That's okay though. As I said, it doesn't look too bad when it's set up like that. That really doesn't look terrible. That's pretty good. Should I end the video there? I'm just looking at the time. We're about 33 minutes in. I said it's going to be about half an hour, so there is a lot. As I said, there's still a lot to do. Which is another reason that these episodes have been a little bit more sporadic. I'm trying to get as much as I can done, but with the limited time I have, it's very difficult. But, you know, I'm hoping maybe I can spend this week trying to get a bunch of stuff done. I'll figure out what to put there. But I mean, that's really looking like a proper area. If you just look, yeah, that's starting to look like a real built-up area. Just go down. It's there. What's going to be a really good angle for this? Actually, that's a pretty good angle for this. I'll take a screenshot of that, and I guess we can have a look at the next one, at the other area as well, and see what we've got going for us here. Actually, that's not a bad shot either. So we've got a few options for thumbnails here. I'm going to end this video as I said. Thank you very much for watching. As you can see, it's taken me half an hour to do that section there and that section there, so you can imagine how much time it's going to take me to fill this all up. So please do excuse maybe a small break before the next video. I'm going to do my best to fill up as much of this as I possibly can, especially if I can get this area all filled up, that area filled up, that area filled up, and up here this area filled up. That would be great, and then we've only got a few bits left to do. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever in general. And of course, if you're only joining me right now, and I know some people are only coming across this series right now, you have 180 episodes to work your way through. So there is plenty for you guys to be watching, or at least 179 episodes. 180th episode will be coming out soon. So there is lots that you guys can be watching, and thank you so much to those people who have been supporting me through this series, and hitting that like button and making sure that they're leaving comments, giving me ideas, giving me feedback on all this kind of stuff. So for those people, thank you very, very much. And for those people who support me on Patreon, that's another thing that I really need to thank you guys for. I really appreciate that support. It means a lot to me. It really does help me out a huge amount. So that is massively appreciated. And if you do want to become a Patreon supporter, please do go to www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would help me out a huge amount. So yes, please do consider that. You can also watch this on Twitch, and if you're not following me on Twitch or watching this on Twitch, you can follow me at ECGadget on Twitch as well. So it's www.twitch.tv/ECGadget for Twitch. You can also find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. I think that is all from me for this episode. It's been a long one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time for potentially, and I am hoping it is, the last episode of Series 2 on the Great Lakes. That's episode 180. It's been quite a journey. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Transport Fever. I'll see you guys next time. That's an interesting one.